y'all, it's me Alex. Today I'm filming another anti-hauling things I actually want holiday edition. Happy anti-holidays! So if you do not know what an anti-haul is, anti-hauls are basically the anti-consumers version of a haul video, and while I do enjoy myself a haul video upon occasion, it is also good to, keep me in track of my budget by, not buying everything, by saying, I can dupe this, or, you can dupe that. I already have that, or I don't need it. List all the reasons I don't need it. Watch Kimberly Clark. She was the amazing creator of the anti-haul. I do a series on my channel that I've done this year that is anti-hauling things I actually want, because for me it's very easy to find a lot of things in the makeup community that I really don't want, and it's very easy for me to make fun of that. But anti-hauling things I actually want requires me to actually think about my choices and make sure that, I'm making some good decisions and not buying everything that's on my wish list. Let me drink the rest of this goddamn vitamin water. It feels like a sponsorship, it's not. Vitamin water just really gets me because they have very good jokes on the side of their bottles, and I like that a lot. Anyway, so I'm just going off of just some holiday sets and collections that have just come up recently that I need to talk myself out of. Anyway, let's get into it. So first thing at the top of my list, Nest is a fragrance brand that I've always really liked because they were kind of like the first cruelty-free fragrance brand that I ever saw in Sephora. Sephora has since kind of expanded their cruelty-free fragrance range, which we love. It is fantastic. So several years ago, I got a mini 100-point perk from Nest at Sephora of their Indigo perfume, and I really didn't want to like it, but I really did because it's expensive. So I've never bought it, even though I love the scent. I think it works really well on me. It was just the bottle itself is $70 something, and so I have this Rentless perfume from Lush. This was $50, which is probably about the most that I will ever want to spend on a singular perfume. But they're coming out with a set of their full-size perfume and also a rollerball of Indigo for $80. I kind of want, because I've loved that perfume for a really long time. It's always felt very fancy to me. I'll always get it as a point perk whenever I can. But I also recently got in my order from Alpha Musks, which are back there somewhere. I don't have my desk very organized at the moment. And I've really been loving those scents. I got 4 little ones about this big, and then they also sent me 9 samples, which I'm going to be sending the way of my mother, because already the addition of 4 new perfumes into my collection is a lot for me. And I love all 4 of the ones that I got. I also have my Lush Rentless, and I also have a little this little pot of the Cardamom Coffee perfume, which is really good, but also I can only handle it in the solid perfume form because the Lush's big perfumes, those are fucking strong, man. So I want it, and there's a certain part of me that says okay, if you get a Sephora gift card for Christmas, go get that set because it'll probably also be on sale after Christmas. But another part of me is I have so many smells. I have a lot of smells in my house and in my collection, and do I really need to spend $80 to add one more? Probably not. I have it smells a lot in here. All good stuff, but it's a lot. So I do not need it as much as I want it. Also, something that gets me every year is, y'all know, I do not enjoy Tarte as a brand at all. I don't spend my money on them anymore. I had a couple of blushes from them way back when, and the blushes from them are about the only things that I really like. But every year Tarte always comes out with some, oh my god. Sorry, one of our neighbors has this really cute tuxedo cat that roams around the neighborhood, and today he's wearing a cute little red bandana. It's so cute. When I first saw that cat, I got really nervous that one of ours got out because it looks like a bigger version of Goose. It is not one of our cats, but I love tuxie cats. Anyway, every year Tarte comes out with a blush set, a blush and bronzer set usually. And every year I have to talk myself out of it because I do not enjoy Tarte as a brand. I do not want to give them my money, but damn, I like blushes, but I'm scared of anything with too much pigmentation, so Tarte is absolutely perfect for me. They're too subtle in just about every other way with their brand, but yeah, so they've come out with a little 3 blush and bronzer sets that I think you have to buy all at once, and they kind of come out like the melt stacks, and I find them quite beautiful. And I know I would like them because Tarte's blushes are so subtle that they're like perfect for me. But truly, do I actually need any more blush? No, I don't. Since I am someone who likes subtle blush, that means all of my blushes don't vary too terribly much in tone. And like adding more into my collection isn't going to do anything for me, especially when it's from a brand that I just do not wish to give my money to. Their blush sets around the holidays are probably the only good things that they ever make. I should not spend my money on that. That's a big old fucking no from me. Okay, now let's talk about some holiday collections that are actually pretty interesting. So the entire Lime Crime holiday collection, they basically came out with like a greatest hits collection of all of their eyeshadows. So they have one that's like the size of the regular Venus palettes. That is like a collection of all of the neutrals, like all of the best neutrals from each of their palettes. And it's really rosy. It's really cute. And I'm not a super neutral eyeshadow person, except for when it comes to like rosy tones, obviously. I really want that. And then they have their Venus XL, which is basically all of those like rosy neutrals with like some light shimmers, like light colorful shimmers, and in the pans it looks super cute, but it's so many dollars. Like everything in the collection really calls to me. They have a couple of mini lip sets, which I don't need because I really don't need any more lip products at the moment. So that part I'm less worried about myself buying. But I have never tried their eyeshadow formula before. I've tried to find some like reviews of their holiday collection, but not a whole lot is up yet. I should at least put off buying this for now. Especially since I was, at least for the mini neutral palette, I've just generally been able to dupe that out with the shadows that I have in my collection, because since I am a lover of rosy neutrals, that's all the neutrals that I got, so I don't need to add any more. That bigger palette, it's a little overwhelming how big it is, but I don't know that much about the quality of their larger palettes. I've heard good things about their small ones. Their large ones, I don't know, so at the very least, before I sink, like, it's almost like 60 bucks, before I sink that amount of money into it, I need to see some reviews first. Speaking of rosy nudes, Huda Beauty has released her Naughty Nudes palette for the holidays, and I like it a lot. Like, I know that there is that disgusting little slippery shade in it that like looks like the coronavirus under a microscope, but I still kind of want it. Like, I haven't really been attracted to the full color story of any of Huda's like large palettes, since she also seems to really enjoy just like rosy nudes. The fact that she made like a darker version of the new nudes palette, because that's what it looks like. It's like that but darker, and I don't like light nudes. I like darker ones. So I like that she came out with this. However, one, I'm not gonna fucking use its slippery shade, especially like the texture is like the look of it is like whatever. I don't care that much about what it looks like in the palette, but the fact that it's like a creamy shadow in the midst of a powdery shadow palette, I don't like that. I don't like that shit at all. So I love the colors of it. I love the marbly shades. I think that the color scheme is absolutely stunning, but also I'm very content with my small Huda Beauty palettes. I've also heard that the shadow quality is different between the small and the big ones, and since the big ones cost a whole lot of fucking money, I don't know if I want to spend my money on something that I might not entirely like. So probably if they hadn't included a cream shadow in a powdered shadow palette, I might like it a little bit more, but since they didn't do that, I don't like it that much. Anyway, as much as I want to buy it, I should just, like, if I'm that attracted to it, I should either get like the little Lime Crime palette or like one of the mini Huda palettes, because I know she has some like mini neutral ones, and that would probably do me a lot better. Colourpop released a collection with Raw Beauty Kristi, and I tend to generally like Raw Beauty Kristi. Like, I don't watch all of her videos, but I have, like, I enjoy her gems, you know? And I like her makeup style. I generally like her personality. I think she's a generally good person. And that Colourpop collection she released has just about everything that I could ever want in a palette. But right now I'm not entirely comfortable giving Colourpop my money. Now this is definitely a step in the right direction of what I want to see from Colourpop, because I find that one of my biggest problems with them, and what I think a lot of people's biggest problems with them, is like, even though their products are good quality, they generally don't tend to work well across a wide variety of skin tones, and they don't make a lot of eye products with a lot of depth. And I think that this collection is definitely a step in the right direction in that regard, like at least a little bit. Obviously, I want to see more long-term change before I want to give them my money. This is obviously a palette with a lot of depth and dimension to it that I think is something that we really, really don't see very often with Colourpop. So I hope that they keep up doing this, but this color scheme is very, very much up my alley, and that's also one of the reasons that I know I don't need it. It's because it basically looks like, I think I'm gonna do a whole like duping this palette, but like Subculture, which I have, Colored Rain, Safari Rain, Viseart Dark Mattes, Viseart Dark Edit, NYX Ultimate Utopia, hell, even a little bit of like the Colourpop Good Sport, some Melt Shadows. Like there's a lot of things that I already own that definitely line up a lot with how the eyeshadow palette looks. So I think they definitely put a step in the right direction. But it's like 20 bucks, and since I already have a lot of eyeshadows that really do just kind of, it just kind of dupes it in my own collection, I really don't think I need it. I do kind of want the gel liner sets because I really do enjoy the formula of the Colourpop gel liners, but I also know that there's a bunch of brands coming out with like gel liners like Beauty Bay, LA Girl, and I just need to actually do a little bit more research and try out some of those, because I do think that I can find a formula that I like just as much as the Colourpop gel liners. I just need to actually do a little bit more research than what I've done, because I like, you know, a colorful waterline, but I don't find buying eyeliner quite as fun as I do like trying out different types of eyeshadow, so that's why I haven't tried a whole lot. As much as I love the Raw Beauty Christie collection, the reason I love it is because I have it like 5 times over in my collection anyway. So if you don't have it a million times over and you're okay with giving Colourpop your money, like go right ahead, because it looks lovely, and I do enjoy Colourpop's eyeshadow formula. Like I will give them that it's, you know, that's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now actually. I think that they have a pretty decent eyeshadow formula, but I'm not comfortable giving them my money just yet, and I have those colors so much. And the last thing that I need to anti-haul, speaking of eyeliners, is the collaboration between Cut Creaser and By Mellow Lops. And I followed Cut Creaser for a long time, like on Twitter and Instagram, and I think they do amazing looks, and I'm always very impressed by the graphic liner that they do. And this collection is basically a set of like graphic liner brushes and water activated paint liners, and I think it is so incredibly well done. And like, I'm not shitting on this, I'm not like trying to shit on this at all, because I think it's probably one of the best done collaborations like that I've ever seen. Honestly, I'm very, very, very impressed by it. However, when I look at it, I'm like, oh, this is so cool, because but like I don't do a lot of graphic liner at all, and on one hand there's like a part of me that's like, well, maybe you don't do a whole lot of graphic liner because you don't have the equipment to do it, and so you should get something like this, because then you'll have a lot more options to do a lot more types of graphic liner. But then there's the actual rational part of my brain that's like, no Alex, you don't do a lot of graphic liner because your hands are shaky as fuck. You have anxiety and like arthritis. Like your hands are not going to be like, I'm not going to be precise enough to like really ever be able to do graphic liner. Like I can do a wing, maybe like a little bit of my crease in a good day, but nothing fancy. And as much as I would love to support this collection because it looks fantastic, Cut Creaser is an amazing person, amazing artist, and the brand looks absolutely just like really, really cool, and I would love to try it, I need to get out of my little magpie brain and be like, buy it all, when in reality it's like, well, maybe I could buy like one color and like a brush to see if it's something that I could do more often. My magpie brain wants me to get it all, but I shouldn't do that. Especially when you are like me and you have shaky hands, so graphic liner is not something that I do particularly often. So congrats on the collab. I think that it is probably one of the best collaborations I've ever seen done ever, but I probably won't use it as much as like I want to. Like, I really want to be that cool person, but that would just definitely be me buying makeup for like my fantasy self and not like who I actually am as a person. Okay, I need to go make myself some lunch. Thank you so much for watching. What are you talking yourself out of? Please let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see y'all in my next video. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye!